Lauren, you want to know what this is?
What?
This is the Reality Stone episode of the NeuroNerds.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was me doing the snap. Did it come off? Did it come across?
No, I hope that Mike Dun 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 covered it.
So do I. Reality intro done.
Done.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
The
NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on
I
time.
feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
Welcome to the NeuroNerds. From a distance? Yeah, it's really weird because Lauren, I'm looking at her, but she's not here.
And I'm looking at Joe and I'm very happy I'm not there. No, just kidding.
Oh no.
No, I miss you.
Oh, it's really cool because like I see you, but I don't have that same fear that I normally do when you're a foot and a half away from
Because
me.
I can't reach through the computer and like.
Oh, I'm not kidding. So Lauren's on. We're doing this remotely. She's at home and I'm over here. So I'm looking at her on the computer. She reached towards the camera, and I flinched. I'm a grown man. So we're gonna be talking about Comic-Con because it's creeping today, and I am very, very excited. Maybe not as excited as Lauren. I'm very excited.
I'm like excited for one thing because I want to see like the dumpster fire that it's going to be.
Why is that? I love how some other companies or persons or studios' misery gives you strength.
Yes.
Which one?
So it was announced right after season 8 of Game of Thrones ended that both David Benioff and DB Weiss would be attending Comic-Con and actually having a panel with people to ask questions.
Oh man, a bunch of nerds are gonna ask these dudes. They're gonna flood them with ridiculous questions. I'm all in it.
I think it's gonna be less questions and more nerd rage. You know?
Oh, you think so? Oh my God,
I'm sorry, did you watch the end of Game of Thrones?
Spoiler alert. There are Game of Thrones, Disney, Marvel and Star Wars spoilers ahead. You have been warned.
Hey, you know what? Again, I'm one of the few that I was like, I like the heel turn. I love that the most beloved character was like, everybody burn.
Okay.
I love that.
See. I know we didn't actually have an episode devoted to like our feels and everything after Game of Thrones. See, the problem wasn't that Daenerys turned, right? Like that's fine if it had been executed well. It wasn't executed well. Her name's Daenerys. Fuck off. If you're gonna be a nerd, be correct.
Yeah, good point.
Right? But so the problem wasn't that she turned Darth Danny or whatever. That's not a problem, right? The problem was that it was executed very poorly.
It kind of came a little bit out of left field, but there was like hints.
Okay, foreshadowing is not character development.
That's a good point.
Right? That could have been done in a whole season arc, could have been her descent into like the Sith. Like that would have been awesome.
The descent into madness because she turned into the Mad Queen. She went from really happy, joyous queen to like overnight, I'm the Mad Queen. You know, like she could have been the upset queen for a little bit.
Yes. Which is like very bad writing. I think we can all agree. Now, when you look up Game of Thrones, it's funny. Someone did a video where they said like when you looked up Game of Thrones, like it was all about like, oh, best TV show, blah, 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 blah. Now, when you look up Game of Thrones, it'll come up with like worst writing ever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, how not to write. I'm pulling up an article right now and it was talking about how because Game of Thrones is, for the last many years, Game of Thrones panels have been at Comic-Con and they're usually super important. And they had one where George R. R. Martin was the moderator.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There was one where it was he was the moderator. So they don't know who the moderator is this year. But it says that this summer it'll include Jacob Anderson, who I think is Grey Worm, John Bradley, which is Sam, I think, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, which is Jaime Lannister.
Jaime Lannister. I know that because he has a weird last name.
Right. Liam Cunningham, who is Sir Davos. Natalie Emmanuel, who is Missandei. Ian Glenn, Dora, Sir Friendzone. Conleth Hill, I'm not sure who that is. Maisie Williams, Arya Stark.
Hey.
Isaac Hempstead Wright. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't. I'll Google them, but I don't know.
These are
But
people.
also to include David Benioff and D.B. Weiss,
Oh.
like the two most hated D&D, right? And
So all those people that are going to be there, do you think they're going to be part of the new prequels, sequels, whatever they are?
Not. Absolutely not.
So like all the stuff that they're doing is going to be like brand new people.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's cool, but it's also weird.
Well, so George R. R. Martin in his A Song of Ice and Fire world has this huge mythos and mythology and history in there. I believe what they're doing, I think there was like five pilots that were shot or something. And so, but it was all different parts of the history. So one was Aegon's Conquest, which took place 300 years before the Game of Thrones show.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, which would have been cool. That's when Aegon, Visenya, and Rhaenys, which are Daenerys's ancestors, came from old Valyria and conquered Westeros to create the House Targaryen. Then there is one that was they might film it is Robert's Rebellion, which is like the 30 years leading up to Game of Thrones.
Robert Baratheon, right?
Yes.
No? Yes.
So
see? Joe knows things.
That's a very small possibility. They did confirm there would be nothing about Dunk and Egg, which was a very popular thing for the book readers. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. Another idea
it has to do with donuts and coffee, right? That's it's the origin story of Dunkin' Donuts.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm under the assumption that I'm correct.
So if you're a book fan, the other possibility I think I remember seeing was they were going to look at when Queen Nymeria led the Rhoynar into Westeros, and it was
Nymeria.
Nymeria.
I don't think I know that name.
You know the name because that's the name of Arya's wolf, direwolf. Her name is Nymeria.
Oh, I do know that name.
And Arya named her wolf after this very famous queen, and so she led her people from basically the continent of Essos, and it's the people called the Rhoynar, and she basically led them out of there on ships, and it was like an odyssey to get to a safe place.
Lauren, I fucking love you, man. This is so crazy. The amount of information that your brain retains. Your brain is fascinating. Like you just as a person, you're fascinating, right? But like your brain is so fascinating. Like, because you're super smart, you're so crazy, and it all makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Like it's so, because even like your brain healing, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing like the progression, it's like, oh wow, you've gone from like really nerdy to like super nerd.
Oh, this is who I always was. Imagine what awesome. It was like before the brain injury. But yeah,
I can't.
I know, right? So those are some of the possibilities that they were filming. That are the possibilities for the prequels to come out. The other one, of course, was the origin of the Night King with the Children of the Forest.
Yes.
Right.
I'm in. I'm 100% in on that, because all I wanted was more White Walkers, and they gave them to me a little bit at a time, and then they gave them to me all at once, and then a second later they're all gone. Like, nah, man. Like I want more. You can't tease this awesome creepy creature in season 1 and then hold off several seasons. Give them to me a little bit, spoon feed them, and then overload me, and then it's all gone.
That's what we call #bad writing.
You know what? David Lindelof, is that one of the dudes?
Benioff,
David Benioff. If I was on that panel, look out, buddy. No, actually, you know what? I really wish you were on the panel.
Oh my God.
You would hear the real life Lauren kick noise. No. Well, yeah.
If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app. Your reviews help us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Find us by searching for the NeuroNerds on the Apple Podcast app today.
So again, that's probably that's what I'm really looking forward is I just want to see like the aftermath of that. And like, is it going to be all fluff pieces? Like everyone has to ask really like, oh my God, that was a great season. Right. Or are people going to be able to tear into them and be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Right.
But what'll be cool is we have a special correspondent that will be at Comic-Con.
I am very excited for 2 years in a row. Ash, our NeuroNerd woman on the ground floor. She's going to be at Comic-Con, and she's going to be talking to people. She's going to bring us into like some of the panels and stuff. We're going to see if we can actually have her on like during one of the panels. Like we're kind of gonna be there, right?
Yeah, in spirit.
No. Well, yeah, we'll be there in spirit, and she's gonna hopefully be able to talk to some people and tell us what's going on at Comic-Con. So we're excited about the Game of Thrones stuff. We're excited about that. So
oh my God, yeah.
she'll be able to talk about it like from the people's perspective. Actually talk to the nerds. Are you a stroke or brain injury survivor looking for a community and support? Well, the NeuroNerds are here to help. Join our #UsoRock Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/UsoRock to connect with other survivors like you.
Plus, read other inspirational brain injury survivor stories on Joe's blog at josorocks.com/UsoRock. And submit your stories there as well. We want to hear them.
And remember,
You so rock.
Stop laughing at us.
What about you? What are you looking forward to for Comic-Con?
So obviously, it's painfully obvious, Joe's a Marvel Disney guy. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a Marvel character tattooed on my arm, along with a Star Wars character tattooed on my arm. I'm kind of that dude. So Hall H, right? That's the big one.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to Hall H because I want to see. So I saw a little bit of footage from The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're excited about that.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. Let's put it that way.
What I understand so far, which is very little. This is just me in life. This has nothing to do with The Mandalorian. What I understand is it takes place about 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So it's this one dude, and it's I forget the dude's name, but it's the Red Viper from Game of Thrones.
Oberyn Martell.
That guy. the actor. So he was also in Narcos, which is dope. Yeah. I'm sorry, Narcos. Not Narcos. See, damn it, I was so close.
You said Narcos.
So I did. You know what? That's the drug that made me wander the streets. It's such a bad taste in my mouth because of that. It's imprinted in my brain. So I'm really excited about him because he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a little teaser trailer.
Pascal, I think his name is, or something like that.
That's you are absolutely correct. See, I can remember things after the facts.
I just prompted.
Yeah, I can remember things if they're told to me.
There you go.
So he's a great actor. I love him. He's very likable. And then I saw the trailer. It wasn't a trailer. It was a teaser.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, in a word, meh. But Boba Fett's like my favorite character because he's Boba Fett. Even though, like, if you think about it, Boba Fett's one of the most beloved Star Wars characters. Yeah, basically. Like, he just looked really cool. He did nothing. He had like one line in the original movie and he died. That's it. But everybody loves him. They're actually making a series called The Mandalorian because Boba Fett was so popular. It's really weird. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with the guy too. So I'm we're recording this, and if you can see Lauren,
I know
right behind me
like,
is Jango Fett. I have a giant Jango Fett poster behind me because he looks so cool.
Can you point at Jango Fett again, please? I'm like,
wait, there we go. It kind of looks like I'm poking him in the chest.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like I'm giving him a little purple nurple.
Oh my God, stop it!
I know it's a problem. I'm also really excited to hear more about the Marvel series.
Okay.
So there's like the Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones extended universe. Now there's the Marvel, like the real extended universe, like the one that they're actually doing with WandaVision and Winter Soldier and Cap, the new Cap,
Falcon Cap.
That's so weird.
I know.
But like I'm excited to see, like, hopefully there's some kind of footage going around there.
I want to see the Loki one.
Loki, I kind of want to see the Loki one as well. That joke will never get old. And also, I'm pretty sure that they're going to have some footage for the Black Widow movie.
I hope that so do you think that they're going to put anything for Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. Okay, so Star Wars is kind of a mess.
Well,
because too much too soon. There was no Star Wars for forever because those movies were awful. But you know which ones I'm talking about.
Those that will not be named.
Yes. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, you guys like Star Wars? Take it all.
Yeah. Every year have a movie.
Every year. It wasn't even like, it really just seemed like it was 5 times a year. They shoved it in your face so much, you know? So apparently they're going to go back to every other year, which I think is a really smart idea. And in between years, they're going to have like those Star Wars series.
But that's what the Mandalorian Skywalker's coming out this year, right?
Yeah. Okay. Once that, that'd be weird if it was like 2 years from now. I would like lose my mind. Once that one's done, they're not rebooting it, they're extending the universe. Obviously, they're just adding on to the story. Those are going to be like every other year, which is kind of what it should be. I wish it was every year, but it's just too much. It's just too much.
It's like my heart can't take that much. Like I'm so devastated again by everything. And so I was like, perfect segue. Are you devastated by the recent disasters in fandom? Were you hurt by Endgame? Were you disappointed by Game of Thrones? Are you still seething from Last Jedi? Then you need to watch.
Nerds have feelings.
You need to watch Lauren's new obsession called Good Omens.
Yeah, so
It's
I've been
pure and happy. You get it's just like perfect. Like it was,
I don't think any of us 100% want pure and happy. We're like sadomasochists. We're like, I want some dark.
It soothes the soul. It soothes the soul. And there's already controversy around it. A 20,000.
Wait, how's there controversy if it's so good or if it's so nice?
Well, okay. So the Good Omens is about an angel and a demon. And it has to do with like the Antichrist and the end of the world. I swear it's good and pure and beautiful.
I love how you're like, yeah, this is just pure, beautiful. Yeah, it's about the Antichrist. And yeah, so.
Well, no. And so, but the controversy around it was that 20,000 Christians, of course, were saying like this was promoting Satanism and stuff like that.
Come on.
So they signed a petition. But do you know who they sent the petition to? They sent it to Netflix.
Oh, why?
Because Netflix, and so Netflix put on Twitter, like, sure, we won't do a season 2 of Good Omens. Guys, Good Omens is made by Amazon Prime.
It's not on Netflix.
No. So speaking of Amazon Prime, guess what is also coming up this week?
I think it's like today.
Yeah. This is coming out, yes. It's
Yeah. It'll be Amazon Prime Day.
Whoop, whoop.
The greatest day of the year.
Order all your shit.
Yeah, so you can order the book that Lauren has.
Oh yeah, I'm holding
pointed
it
at the camera right now. Good Omen. Wait,
Yeah.
So it's based on the book, correct?
Yeah. So Good Omens was written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Neil Gaiman, if you don't know, he wrote the Sandman series. He did American Gods. He did the series on death.
All of the series that are turning into really cool shows is that dude.
Exactly. So he did Good Omens. I watched it. I've seen it 5 times. There's only 6 episodes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It stars David Tennant, who, if you don't know, is the Purple Man.
If
Kilgrave.
you don't know, that's a problem.
Yeah, if you don't know, it's a problem. But he's Kilgrave.
He's also a Lycan.
But he's also known, no, that's Michael Sheen.
Wait, is that Mike? Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
David Tennant is also Doctor. I think he's the 9th Doctor.
Yeah, he's a cool doctor.
Yeah. And then Michael Sheen is in there as well. And he was in Twilight. He was in Underworld. He's just fabulous. And also John Hamm is in there. Miranda Richardson.
Oh, is John Hamm in it?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, everybody wanted him to be Batman. I was like, no.
He could have been.
He would have been a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I think he would have been an awful Batman.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can have one or the other. Like, he would be awful.
I want John Krasinski to be Batman.
Oh, he's too goofy.
If you only look at him as from The Office.
I do. So even when he's like super ripped now and he's like, yeah, I'm a hero. It's weird because you're Jim from The Office. I expect him to look in the camera and go like, you know, but I think he is going to be an amazing Mr. Fantastic.
I agree.
Fan casting.
There you go. Well, again, so it's Amazon Prime Day. So make sure to order all your nerdy needs. So if you need like I'm going to be like plug in, like get all the books, guys. Like you can do A Song of Ice and Fire, the World Guide. You can also get Blood and Fire and Blood, which was stories about the Targaryens. You can order the A Song of Ice and Fire series.
So I like, Lauren, you're talking about books. You want to know what I call those? Pre-movies.
Pre-movies. Okay. You're not wrong.
So also, if you shop at Whole Foods, they have this thing. If you have like a Amazon Prime membership, you spend $10, you get $10 to shop on Amazon. I'm very excited about that.
Side note, look out for the NeuroNerds Amazon favorites and Audible discounts coming soon. Check the show notes for details.
I might get a pre-book. No, we know Joe's not getting a pre-book.
Yeah. Please get a book. I buy you comic books and you don't read them.
Well, they're in another language. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So I don't know how to say progress in Spanish.
Progreso.
Hey, how amazing! Come on. I dumbed my way into the right answer. So I'm actually excited. I saw the trailer for Good Omens and it looked funny. It looked exactly how you're describing it. I was like, oh, it looks fun.
It is.
You
And
know?
they have all the Queen music you could ever have. So I'm a happy camper.
Because David Tennant is David Tennant.
Yeah.
Like he's just amazing in everything he does. And then the other dude, Michael Sheen,
Mhm.
I always forget that he's not an actual Sheen.
Yeah.
You know, like he's not related to Charlie. He's like a British dude.
Yeah. He's Welsh.
Is he Welsh?
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
Yes. That you got to be careful with that. That's like a
Yeah.
I'll fight you difference. Disaster the last like 8 months has been in the fandom world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 It is sad though that Netflix isn't going to make a season 2.
I know.
Come on, nerds. Step up your protests.
So I'm not sure. This is unconfirmed. My brother told me apparently that Netflix will be producing a Sandman series.
Oh, yeah. It's been in the works forever. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was attached to do like a movie, and I don't know if that fell through, whatever it was. But yeah, the series is coming. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman has actually been on Tumblr. So if anyone's a Tumblr fan and you want to ask Neil Gaiman questions, his official Tumblr is accepting asks, and you can send questions, and he is responding, which has been really cool.
I'm going to send a question. I'm going to say, why are puppies' noses cold?
You should ask him. He'll probably have a really good answer for you.
So. I'm going to ask him, what kind of tree would he be if he could be a tree?
He would probably be a ficus.
Oh my God, that was so quick.
One of the questions they asked about was Sandman, like, when are we getting a Sandman series? Why haven't we gotten a Sandman series? And his answer was something about that he has been shutting down like bad projects. Like they've been trying for 30 years to make a Sandman series. People have been submitting, trying to buy the rights, do this. And he says they have never come across a good one. So that's why he's been shutting them down for the last 20, 30 years. But
I super appreciate that.
Right? Like he didn't go for the cash grab. He's like, no, we're going to wait. And again, the reason Good Omens, you need to watch it, is so good is because Neil Gaiman wrote the script.
Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? That's awesome. Like when the dude, like it's your character, have some input, you know?
Well, it's just like how Game of Thrones was good until season 5. I'm still traumatized.
Thank you to our amazing community on Patreon for supporting this podcast.
You can support us too and get different perks and gifts depending on which Neuro Jedi tier you sign up for. For example, if you're on our Neuro Padawan $5 tier, then you're probably listening to this episode a day early before its public release.
Your support helps us grow and continue to create this podcast. Plus, a portion of the proceeds go to a different cause or individual in the brain injury survivor community each month. Sign up at patreon.com/the NeuroNerds. When amazing characters or comic books or graphic novels, like when they just turn into like a shitty movie,
like crap,
it's just ruined. So Spawn, I love Spawn, and I have a special place in my heart for Spawn the movie. It is awful. Like it's, if you take
I love that movie.
Exactly. Spawn is terrible. I also really think the Punisher, the Thomas Jane Punisher movie is awful.
But I
know it's awful. Spawn and that movie, 2 of my favorite movies. Like, but I know that they're bad. I just know that they can do so much better. They did with the Punisher with the Punisher Netflix series. It's like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. And now apparently Todd McFarlane is making a Spawn movie, and he's like, I'm doing it because what they did was awful.
Okay, but we got to be kind. I think at the time when they did Spawn, they did the best that they could.
They did a PG-13. I don't even think it was PG-13.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh no, it was PG-13. But like you can't do Spawn PG-13. So like I saw that and I was like, wow, I really like this. And then I saw the HBO animated series and I was like, oh my God, the movie is so bad. It's so bad.
Oh my God, the Spawn movie has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I am very surprised it's that high.
But 85%, yeah, it says 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me see if that has but it says 85% of people like it. So
yeah, people like bad movies.
I know.
I'm going to admit it. I'm one. I love terrible movies.
Okay, so
the worse the movie, the better. Do you want to know what I watched again recently?
What?
Speaking of awful movies, I just rewatched Justice League.
Oh, why?
Okay, it's just like with food. It's just like with drinks. Give it a second chance. Maybe you'll like it again. That's why every few years I'll try just put a little mayonnaise on something. Nope. I hate this. It's disgusting.
Nope.
Wine. I'll try wine every little while. Okay, let me try it. Nope, it's still rotten grape juice. It all tastes the same. I don't care what anybody says. Same thing with Justice League. I was like, it cannot be that bad. It is worse the second time around than it is the first.
Yeah. Why?
It's painfully obvious, like where you see the Joss Whedon stuff.
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder, you can see the splits. You can just, the character development is non-existent.
Oh, wait, so character development now matters.
It does. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, well, why does this guy motivated to do this thing? Okay, well, they just do. They just do.
Are you excited about the Mulan trailer that dropped and the movie? I think they're going to do something at Comic-Con with that.
I was very excited. Briefly, I actually had a lot of feelings last night. They were very colorful in the language that was used when I found out one particular piece of information.
And what was that?
Trailer came out, super dope. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And then I was like, I wonder how they're going to be able to do Mushu in this.
Oh, there's no Mushu.
There is no Mushu.
I know.
Lauren.
I know.
Help me.
Well,
Mushu, come on. How are you going to do it? And they're like, well, they're going to make it like real. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. But it's not. It's the remake of the cartoon, right?
But they're trying to like make everything real.
No, I don't want to hear that shit. Okay.
No, neither do I.
So here's my issue with that. If they ever remake Pocahontas, it's like, okay, cool. So you have this adult white man raping this little girl. You know what I'm saying?
They actually did make that. Colin Farrell was John Smith.
Right, but they didn't do it through Disney.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like if Disney wants to do like a live action like Pocahontas, you can't do it because it's a disturbing story.
You're not wrong.
It's so bad. So now I saw the trailer and all I see in the trailer now is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2.
Yeah. Oh, you
know what I mean?
They already had a 2.
The Crouching Tiger, more Hidden Dragon 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have the same feelings with like Maleficent, the movies. Like I didn't like the first one, and I'm not
really dark, right?
What?
It was really dark, right?
No, I don't think it's dark enough. Like
really?
Okay, Maleficent is supposed to be the most evil character. She is pure evil. There's no redeeming qualities except for the fact of like we just love how evil she is. Like is
she your favorite?
She's not actually my favorite villain, but she's a villain to be a villain's sake, right? Like she is the epitome of dark energy or whatnot. But then they give her like a tragic backstory. So they kind of make her this anti-hero. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. Maleficent is supposed to be the most badass Disney villain in the world. Instead, they give us a
have you ever
story.
heard of Ursula?
What about Ursula?
She's the baddest villain in the world. Well, actually, you know what? The baddest villain in the world, she's the baddest female villain.
No,
the baddest villain in the world is clearly Gaston.
No one
walks like Gaston. No one talks like Gaston. In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston. I'm especially good at expectorating. Haktui. 10 points for Gaston.
There you go. Perfect. Beautiful. But no, yeah. So that's my problem with like a lot of like the new remakes and whatnot. I'm like, I'm not paying for revisionist history. Give me what I had before.
Here's my issue. So same thing with Star Wars. It's too much. So I think it should have been like Star Wars, one a year. You just get one a year. There's been too many. There's Lion King. There's Dumbo. There's
we just had Aladdin.
Aladdin just came out. It's too much. Yeah. One a year. That's it. So people can be excited about it. And then when it's done, it's like, man, I can't wait. This is my other favorite Disney animated movie. I can't wait for that to be live action. 2 years from now, they're all going to be remade.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's just way too much. Like we're being desensitized. We're like being overstimulated and we're like, no more.
Yeah. And Lord knows I know all about overstimulation.
I was like, I think a lot of us do know about overstimulation.
Lauren, your hair looks magnificent right now.
Well, thank you. It was in a bun and then it's still straight.
It's like so jet black and it looks like it looks like a black sea on your head. Like the waves. It's crazy. You guys can't see Lauren, but I already took a picture and she has like this luxurious black hair flowing and her glasses. You kind of look like a school teacher.
Okay, but like, let's be careful. That can go into naughty areas.
That's true. You kind of look like naughty school teacher. I feel bad for your students if you're a school teacher.
I would be mean.
Yes, you would. You absolutely would be.
I would not be able to teach in the public school system because my version of punishing kids is yelling at them and giving them push-ups and making them run.
I don't know, because like you have the glasses and the hair right now. I was like, I just pictured you with like a little whip.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, you guys have been naughty.
That sounds like
this evolved quickly.
That's like the bad intro to a porno.
Is there ever really a good intro?
I mean, maybe. I wouldn't know.
Thanks to our sponsor, Avid Technology, for providing us with the tools, or should I say pro tools, to record, edit, and mix our podcast and get our message out clearly to the world.
Try Avid first to start recording today for free at avid.com/pro-tools.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, overall, I think I'm excited about anything and everything that comes with Comic-Con. There's always something amazing. There's always something really weird and strange. We have somebody on the ground floor, which I'm really excited about. I think that's super cool.
I'm also excited for all the cosplaying. I always love to see the creativity of people.
Oh, man. So I met a stroke survivor, and she works for Disney, and she actually does cosplay and stuff. She just posted some stuff, and she was like, I forgot what character she was. But I looked, and I was like, oh, you're that type of nerd, which is awesome. I think that's so cool because, like, let your nerd freak flag fly.
I've thought about cosplaying, and I like I said, I have in the past at Anime Expo. I did it once or twice, badly, but I'm like, okay, if I did it now,
stop. I'm sure it was dope.
No, it was really not. Well, one of them was kind of okay, but the other one was.
Can I tell you who you should be?
Who?
You should be Bayonetta.
Really?
Do you know who Bayonetta is? Right now, I'm looking at you. I was like, oh my God, you look like your heels should have guns. I
have fun pole shoes like that.
Seriously, I think you would be a dope Bayonetta. If anybody doesn't know what that is, it's a video game. And like, it's so crazy that she fights and her high heels are guns. So there's that.
Well, like I said, my favorite like video game character is Nina from Tekken because she bitch slaps people.
She does. Oh my God, she does. I used to love Tekken. My favorite character from Tekken is Yoshimitsu.
Oh yeah.
Because he would like sit on his sword. Yep. I was like, that looks perverse.
And then like hop on it, like hop, hop, hop.
He would. Yeah, talk about awkward porn.
I know, right? No, if I was ever to like gender bent cosplay someone, it would be like a gender bent Hwarang from Tekken. You know, just put like a red wig on and then like wear a Taekwondo uniform.
I think you would be an amazing Winter Soldier.
Ooh, I should do that.
I think that would be really cool. Like a gender bent Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you would be dope with the silver arm. Glove. You would have to have the glove. You can't have a silver arm without the glove.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like it would just. I know it sounds weird, but like his vibranium arm. I think it looks cooler when he has the glove on his hand.
Okay, I can see that. It's kind of like biker.
You know what I mean?
Biker chic.
Yeah. I don't know why, but that's how I like to see my Winter Soldier.
There you go, leather.
So in the Winter Soldier Falcon series, I hope he has a glove on.
Yeah.
I hope he pulls the Michael Jackson. And he's just going one glove.
Well, and on that note,
so this has been like our little Comic-Con
teaser,
touching base teaser. Yeah, of course. After Comic-Con, we are gonna nerd out.
Yes, it'll be a wrap up
because we're gonna talk about all the awful, disturbing, terrible questions that were asked to the
dumpster fire. I am so excited. I want to see them. I want like heads on a stick. I want them like.
Oh my god! If they showed up with heads on a stick, not real heads, obviously, but it'd be great. Like their heads, like the creators or the writers' heads. That would be amazing. So I hope one of the questions is, hey guys, so would you consider your writing that last season the worst writing of the season or the worst writing ever?
Ooh, that's accurate. I feel that in my soul.
This is always awesome, Lauren. You just made my day with not hitting me in the face from a distance.
You got the energetic feel.
I did. I'm getting like high fives and I'm flinching every single time her hand goes near the camera. So I'm excited. Go on Amazon Prime Day and definitely grab Good Omens.
Yes.
The pre-movie. Not movie. Okay. The pre-series.
Get the book because it's a novel. And then they have a script book that I'm currently holding, which is fabulous. And then with Amazon Prime Video, watch Good Omens.
Yes. And definitely don't petition Netflix to not do a season 2 of a show that they don't do.
Yeah. Don't do that. Do your research, guys.
Yeah. Like we're nerds. Yes. But like, those are nerds, man. Come on. Step up your protest, people. Yeah. Also, why are you protesting some stuff? Just go live life. Enjoy things. Smile. Right?
And that's the perfect message to leave it off on. Guys, smile throughout the day. Take a walk, take a breath, and smile.
And smile. And as always, NeuroNerds are here to help. Follow me at JosoRocks everywhere. Follow Lauren at Lauren L. Manzano on Instagram.
Woo.
Follow us at the NeuroNerds everywhere,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
We're
everywhere.
everywhere. We're in the ethos. We're in the wait.
Ether.
Our mythos is in the ethos. Ether. Damn it. Brain injury.
Ethos, that's a Greek term. Don't worry.
Oh, they also sound like Game of Thrones characters.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And on that beautiful note, these neuro nerds are out.